Life can feel like a relentless storm, can it? The waves seem unending, the wind unyielding. Waves of worry crash against the shores of our hearts, leaving us feeling lost and alone, adrift in a sea of uncertainty. We search for a lifeline, a glimmer of hope in the darkness to hold on to. In the book of Psalms, we find solace in the shared human experience, a connection to those who have felt as we do.
King David, a man after God's heart, cries out, expressing his most profound anguish in Psalm 69, verses 19 to 20. You know my reproach, shame, and dishonor. My adversaries are before you. Reproach has broken my heart, and I am full of heaviness. I looked for someone to take pity, but there was none, and for comforters, but I found none. These raw, honest words resonate deeply with our own experiences of pain, rejection, and isolation, echoing our cries. They remind us that we are not alone, even in our darkest moments. There is always a presence watching over us. God sees our pain, hears our cries, and offers comfort and strength, guiding us through the storm. David, the shepherd boy who became king, knew the depths of despair. He faced betrayal from trusted friends, opposition from enemies, and the consequences of his sin. Yet, through it all, he clung to his faith in God. In Psalm 69, David pours out his heart to God. He doesn't sugarcoat his emotions or pretend to be strong. He cries out in anguish, expressing the depths of his pain and loneliness. He feels exposed, wounded, and utterly alone. David's vulnerability teaches us a powerful lesson. It's okay not to be okay. It's okay to admit our struggles, to acknowledge our pain, and to cry out to God in our despair. He doesn't expect us to have it all together. He wants us to come to Him just as we are.
Have you ever felt the crushing weight of loneliness? Like you're carrying a heavy cloak, invisible to others but suffocating you from within? It's a universal human experience, one that transcends time and culture. In today's fast-paced, hyper-connected world, feeling isolated and alone is easy. People may surround us yet feel completely unseen and unheard. Social media often presents a curated version of reality, leaving us feeling inadequate and disconnected. The pain of loneliness can be amplified by grief, loss, rejection, or difficult life circumstances. It whispers lies that we are unlovable, unworthy, and forgotten. But these lies contradict God's truth. While each of our experiences is unique, the emotions we grapple with are universally human. When we read David's words in Psalm 69, we realize we are not alone in our struggles. Countless others throughout history have walked similar paths of pain, loneliness, and despair. They have felt the sting of betrayal, the ache of loss, and the weight of their own failings, yet they found hope in God's unwavering presence. Section 5. A Glimmer of Hope. The Assurance of God's Unwavering Presence. In this section, we delve into the profound comfort of knowing that God is always with us, no matter the circumstances. Even in the depths of his despair, David finds a glimmer of hope in Psalm 69, verses 19 to 20. These verses highlight the raw and honest cry of a heart in anguish, yet still reaching out in faith. He acknowledges that although no human may fully understand his pain, God sees him. This acknowledgement is a powerful reminder that we are never truly alone in our struggles. God knows the depth of his suffering, the weight of his sorrow, and the loneliness that gnaws at his soul. He is intimately aware of every tear and every silent cry for help. This realization is a lifeline for us as well. It is a beacon of hope that shines through the darkest of times, reminding us that we are seen and loved. No matter what we're facing, no matter how dark the night may seem, God is with us. His presence is a constant, unwavering source of comfort and strength. He sees our tears, hears our cries, and understands the language of our hearts. In our most vulnerable moments, his compassion envelops us. God promises in the book of Isaiah chapter 41 verse 10, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." This promise is a cornerstone of our faith. This promise is not contingent on our circumstances or our emotions. It stands firm, offering us a foundation upon which to build our hope. It is a steadfast truth we can cling to no matter what life throws our way. In every trial and tribulation, we can find solace in the unwavering presence of God, who walks with us through every storm. As Section 6, they walked through fire, biblical beacons of hope in adversity. Throughout the Bible, we encounter individuals who faced immense challenges, yet found hope and strength in God's presence. Their stories serve as beacons of light, guiding us through our seasons of darkness. These narratives remind us that no matter how dire our circumstances may seem, there is always a glimmer of hope in faith. Joseph was sold into slavery by his brothers, falsely accused and imprisoned. Yet God was with him, elevating him to a position of power and using his experiences to save countless lives. His journey from the pit to the palace is a testament to the transformative power of faith and resilience. Job lost his family, his wealth, and his health, yet he refused to curse God. He clung to his faith, declaring, "I know that my Redeemer lives and that in the end he will stand upon the earth." Even amid unimaginable suffering, Job's unwavering trust in God is a powerful example of steadfast faith. Esther, a young Jewish woman living in exile, risked her life to save her people from genocide. She courageously approached the king, saying, "If I perish, I perish." Her bravery and willingness to sacrifice for the greater good highlight the profound impact one person can have when guided by faith and conviction. These individuals and countless others throughout Scripture teach us that even in the face of adversity, God is faithful. He walks with us through the fire, providing comfort, strength, and ultimately, victory. Their stories encourage us to trust in God's plan, knowing that He is always with us, guiding us through every trial and tribulation. Embraced by unfailing love, finding strength in God's constant presence. The message of Psalm 69 verses 19 to 20 is not that we will be exempt from pain, loneliness, or hardship. Rather, it is an invitation to bring our raw, honest emotions to God, knowing He sees, hears, and understands us perfectly. In the book of Hebrews chapter 4 verse 16, we are urged to draw near to the throne of grace with confidence so that we may receive mercy and find grace to help us in our time of need. God's grace is sufficient for us. His power is made perfect in our weakness, as stated in 2 Corinthians chapter 12 verse 9, and His love for us never fails. When we feel alone, we can remember that God is always with us. When we feel unseen, we can rest assured that He sees our every tear. And when we feel unloved, we can embrace the truth that we are cherished children of the Most High God. Whispers of Hope: practical ways to experience God's comfort. In the quiet moments of reflection, we can cultivate a deeper awareness of God's presence in our lives. We can choose to focus on His promises, meditate on His word, and pour out our hearts to Him in prayer. Spending time in nature, listening to worship music, practicing gratitude, and engaging in acts of kindness can also draw us closer to God and help us experience His peace that surpasses all understanding. Remember, faith is not about having all the answers, but about trusting in the one who does. It's about taking one step at a time, even when the path ahead seems uncertain. A tapestry of grace, weaving faith into the fabric of suffering. Life is a tapestry woven with threads of joy and sorrow, triumph and adversity. It's in the difficult seasons that our faith is tested and refined. Like a potter molds clay into a vessel of beauty, God uses our trials to shape us into the image of His Son. When we surrender our pain, loneliness, and fears to God, He can transform them into something beautiful. He can use our experiences to draw us closer to Himself, to equip us to comfort others, and to reveal His glory to the world. As the Apostle Paul wrote in Romans chapter 8 verse 28, we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love Him and have been called according to His purpose. Your journey to hope, an invitation to embrace God's unwavering love. Friend, if you are walking through a season of darkness, please know that you are not alone. God sees your pain, He hears your cries, and He longs to comfort you. Take heart in the words of Psalm 34 verse 18, "The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit." He is close to you right now, ready to wrap you in His love, to carry your burdens, and to guide you through the storm. Will you open your heart to Him today? Will you allow his love to heal your wounds, to mend your brokenness, and to fill you with hope for the future? He is waiting for you with open arms.